Hi students, today we're going to talk about our math page and it is 8-3 and labeled tens and ones. Now I typically talk about the first page that you see here, but I'm going to skip it today and I want to talk to you about the inside pages first. So we're going to look at the top of our inside pages where you see the little girl with red hair next to the number 35. I'm going to go ahead and read some of the things that she says, and I'd like you to follow along with me. So 35, that number stands for 3 tens and 5 ones. The 3 in 35 is the tens digit. So if we kind of follow this arrow over here to this chart, we see tens and ones. Let's read that again. The 3 in 35 is the tens digit. That's right here. That 3 represents 3 tens, which we talked about in 3-2. Now the 5 in 35 is the ones digit. Let's follow that arrow. Let's go over here to the ones place. And you see 5 ones written out down here. And again, we started talking about this in the last lesson. So I'm going to read that again. The 3 in the 35 is the tens digit. The 5 in the 35 is the ones digit. So 35, this number has 2 digits. Remember, the word digit means one number. Okay, so let's move over here to the last picture. The tens digit goes on the left right here. The ones digit goes on the right here, okay? So that is how we represent the number. I'm just gonna say right now, when you do use the ones and tens chart, and you put the digits inside of the chart, it should look like the number that you're representing. So as you see, the number over here that she's holding is 35, and in the tens and ones chart, it says 35. If those numbers are flipped, that means you've done it backwards. So just be aware of that and just be conscious of that. So let's go back to the front. On the front page, you do not need to do anything. If you would like to use this page maybe after you've done the other pages, just to sort of push yourself or challenge yourself, you're welcome to. You can come up with numbers, or maybe your family members can come up with 2-digit numbers like 35, and you can try to figure out which digit in those numbers goes in the ones place and the tens place, okay? So I'm telling you that for today you can skip this page. Let's go back to the inside. Now I'm gonna go through the directions and go through each problem for you in case you are doing this by yourself. I'm gonna draw your attention over here on the right-hand side where my arrow is circling. This is the word bank. A reminder, we're going to be using words like ones and digit. Ones is a little new to us. We usually just say one because it's one thing, but ones refers to the ones place, which is literally the place that the digit stands in the entire number. Let's look at number 1. The directions say count the tens and ones, then write the numbers. So again, we have our tens and ones chart. And hey, look at that. We see our ones cubes and our tens cubes or 10 sticks. We've used those in class before. Now, they're using connecting cubes. We've used those before as well. We've also used the actual cubes that represent a 10 and a 1. Over here, they use numbers. They use digits to represent the ones place and the tens place. There's 8 ones here. They write the number 8. There's 3 tens here. They write the number 3. Ultimately, that becomes 38. Now, let's go down to number 2. Number 2 has count how many in the ones place. There's 1. So over here in the ones place, I would write the number 1. Now let's look at the tens place. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 tens. I would write the number 4 here. Now I also want to draw your attention to this. I could have counted these by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. You can do that too. If you do that, I want to remind you, you are not writing 4, 0 in the tens place. You are just writing a 4. And the reason you're doing that is because you were already putting the digit 4 in the tens place. And if somebody looked at that, they would already know, oh, there's 4 tens. That means that altogether there are 40. So that's just a reminder with that. And then you would write the number that it becomes. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is. We wrote a 1 in the ones place, a 4 in the tens place. It would be 41. Okay. Now I'm just going to go through the rest of them, telling you what the amount is in each one and giving you directions. So for number 3, let's count and let's see how many there are. I know that this is 5, but if you don't know it's 5, then you need to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you do know it's 5, we're going to count on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would write 9 in the ones place over here. Now, it's clear that there is only 1 10 in the tens place, so we are going to just write 1 here. And then you would write that number on the line. There are 9 ones and there is 1 10. Let's go down to the do you understand. How are these numbers alike? 46, 64, and how are they different? You do not have to write this answer out. You can just talk this out with a stuffy, a pet, or a human at your house. You want to write it out? Awesome. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, 5, and 6 are the same as 1, 2, and 3 in terms of directions. You're going to count the tens and ones and then write the numbers. I'm going to let you do these on your own. I'm going to go down to number sense. Number sense says write the missing number. 7 says blank tens and 5 ones is the same as 45. So you need to write in this blank spot what the amount of tens are in 45. Number 8 says 6 tens and blank ones is the same as 60. You need to write how many ones are in the number 60. Now let's go ahead and let's go to the back page. And as you know my favorite part of the back page is the last part, the journal part. Now I know you can also see the other page for tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that. We're going to get back into it. So we are just looking at the page for today. Let's go down to the journal. Number 11, draw some tens and ones, write the number. You can do this in whatever way you want to. So I would suggest drawing circles or little squares for ones and then long lines for the tens. Now remember, you can pick whatever number you want. My suggestion would be to pick your number first, write down the number, and then draw. So I'm telling you to do it the opposite way. Write your number first and then see if you can represent how many tens and ones. I am also going to say we're talking about 2-digit numbers here. So if you start trying to challenge yourself and you go past 100, or you go past 99, I should say, there's a different representation of 100, and it's called a 100 block, and it is just a big square that would represent 10 tens altogether. If what I said makes sense to you, you may challenge yourself and try to write a 3-digit number. If what I said is not making sense, go ahead and try to draw a 2-digit number and represent that with some ones and some tens. Okay, let's go to our reteaching page. Oh, I have it down here. Thank you for your patience. Here we go. So this is also titled 8-3, tens and ones. So the chart shows 4 ones and 3 tens. 3 tens is 30. 4 ones is 4. 30 plus 4 equals 34. 34 is the same as 3 tens and 4 ones. Also, fun fact, friends, 30 plus 4 equals 34 is called expanded form. Now, if you could see me, my hands are together and I am bringing them out wide and doing expanded form, meaning I am stretching out the number 34 and representing it by tens and ones, adding them together to make 34. That's just an extra little fun fact. Okay, let's go down here to numbers 1, 2, and 3. The directions say count the tens and ones, then write the numbers. Number 1 is done for you. Let's take a look at it. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 ones in the ones place, so they wrote 4 ones. There are 2 tens in the tens place, so they wrote 2 tens. And then over here they wrote 2 tens is 20. 4 ones is 4. 20 plus 4 equals 24. You are going to do the same thing for numbers 2 and 3. You're going to look at the ones place, write how many are there, look at the tens place, write how many are there, and then you're going to proceed and say blank tens is blank. Blank ones is blank. Blank plus blank is blank. Now, you're going to say the tens first and then the ones. You're going to repeat the same thing for number 3. Okay? All right, students, thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll catch you in another video.